Hey, Fulfilli people, we are going live. This is the easiest way how to capture a video and submit it to YouTube. So this is why we are going live. And I have prepared a list that I want to talk about on this update. So yes, this week, no, last week we went to Berlin to the first business-to-business marketplace conference that I've seen. I've been to many different conferences, but this was a really good one, specialized. It was done by Point Nine Capital, and they've gathered a bunch of successful business-to-business marketplaces, and so we were listening to their stories um, and yeah, their presentations, as well as some interviews were going on there, and of course a lot of good networking. So a few takeaways from the conference. Obviously, you need, whenever you have some traction, you need to uh, work on reducing friction and on providing value as soon as possible. So this is what we are also always considering. How can we eliminate friction and another good thing was that Point Nine Capital have gathered a really nice um, uh, bunch of other projects, and we found there our competitors, and shout out to you guys. Actually, two of them were there, and one is a Belgium headquartered company, and the other is a London headquartered company, and we loved networking with them. And we also got one lead. So there was this company that are looking for two front-end developers, and yeah, so we said them the benefits of hiring an agency instead of hiring people in your staff, and yeah, so they converted, and we've got a lead. So working on that now. This was our first event where we went that is organized by venture capital firm, and this is why we were so excited, because we believe that we are at a place where we can start thinking about fundraising. It's been more than 2 years since we founded this company, and since we've invested our own money, and since we are a bootstrapped company, and now when we are seeing some traction, I think this is a good time to start thinking about raising some funds to get more experiments out, and to capture this momentum. Yeah, so there are a number of good companies competing in this space. So as I always say, there will be a few companies that will share the majority of the market, and so we definitely want to be one of those companies. And fundraising is not only money; it's also a lot of experience and a lot of connections and experience on their portfolio companies, so that they can share with us. Yeah, and Point Nine Capital, we didn't yet talk with them about investing in Fulfilli, but why not? Sounds like they're really experienced and good venture capital firm, and so definitely we will, when we are ready, we will pitch them as well. And Yeah, so what are we looking to do? So I'm not getting into any numbers right now. we will invest a lot in preparing for this fundraising, because we want to find the best investors, and most probably we will be revealing some more information on a later date. But I expect this process to take maybe 6 months, or so. Let's see how it goes. So what else are we doing? So we are constantly optimizing our lead capture forms, and we aim to eliminate friction from a lead to a successful project. And a successful project is one that has a project brief and has an introduction with a service provider, and they concluded, okay, this is a good match, and they will be working together. So in our eyes, leads are just the beginning, and real project is where we want to get with all of our leads. And so if you visit Fulfilli on a regular basis, you will see a lot of tests that we do, and so we are thinking about what is the fastest way to give any business, digital business, a good deal. So this is how we look at it. So if you are running an e-commerce store, or you need a website, or you need a campaign, so what is a good deal for you, and how quick are we to provide value? So if you would trust any of your data to us, how quick are we to provide value? And so this is how we go about eliminating friction from a lead to a successful project. And another thing that I want to mention is that we are renaming Lead Hub to Deal Hub, because we received a lot of confusion from our agencies, and so they expect that the Lead Hub is a place where they can log on and see businessmen lining up for their services. But I'm always asking, okay, who exactly are you, if I may ask it in such a way, this question? So who really are you if you expect 100 businessmen to line up for your services? So it most probably will never be like a e-commerce store where you can just browse projects. Some of agencies will have this situation because their value proposition will be standing out to the rest of the crowd, but most of agencies are offering really similar services, and we really know for sure that businesses can't differentiate among service provider. If you're selling a website or building a website, developing websites, to majority of businessmen, you will look like another shop that's building websites. So it's really hard to stand out, and the value is in other metrics, like how well do you get along, how good are you at placing process in how you work, and how does that translate in results for your clients, and how well do you organize the communication, etc. So yeah, and with renaming to the Lead Hub comes not only the name change, but we will also be working on providing detailed content on what agencies should do with their profiles, and how can they become successful with a Fulfilli profile. And this will include information on how we think you should promote your own profile, and what do we offer, what ways do we offer for you to contribute to Fulfilli's development, and those agencies that will have a profile with us and will successfully contribute most probably will get noticed more often than those who will not have a profile or will not be able to contribute to Fulfilli. And currently it seems that only the best agencies out there will be receiving access to our projects as well, because yeah, now what we are seeing after a couple hundred agencies have registered with us, that not all of them are good. Or sometimes they are just struggling with their positioning, and we are trying as much as we can to get on calls with them and discuss it through. Yeah, so, and there's a different picture in different geographies, yeah, so we are seeing agencies from Asia to Americas, from everywhere. Yeah, and another thing that we are working on is generating leads from successful agencies. So we understand that successful agencies are now the front line where majority of leads appear, because people walk similar paths. They find value in the same things, so they end up on the same forums, becoming leads for the same agencies, and this is because those companies have great experience, good funnels, and that they maybe were early to the game, and that's why they have better rankings and better traffic, which leads to better lead flow. So we totally want to work with successful agencies, and we already know that there are companies that can generate thousands of leads, and they can only work with a small percentage of those leads. But by integrating Fulfilli forms, replacing their forms with Fulfilli forms, we can monetize the lead flow that they are not able to serve themselves. So we will be providing agencies with lead capture forms that they will be able to put on their websites, or those customizable lead capture forms will be available to put on any Fulfilli profile, agency's profile, and this we currently see that different agencies ask different questions to their prospects, and the world is so huge, and we can't potentially know all of the questions that are of interest to any specific agency. So this is why we are thinking about allowing agencies to customize those forms, and then we will learn from their experience, and we will see, okay, what forms are converting to what audiences, and yeah, so and with our lead capture forms, an agency so will be able to confirm their interest to that specific lead and work themselves, or if they decline their interest, then they will be able to earn a commission on leads they generate but are not serving themselves. So this is it for this week's update. Thank you for bearing with me, and see you next week. Bye.